Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dino and today I want to spend some time talking a bored student in your lessons. Before we start with this subject, please make sure to check my other videos here on the channel. If you like, please give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe, check my Facebook and Instagram. If you are doing music lessons, it doesn't matter which instruments you are teaching, you will always have one or two students that will be bored at some point. Like you will notice that they don't want to practice anymore. A student is just saying that lessons are too hard or that they are not fun anymore. So these are all things that you will hear from a student who is probably about to quit. So we all have been in this situation. If you're having kids or if you're teaching, I actually just recently had one student quitting because we tried everything and at the end he just decided to not do it. I noticed that kids usually quitting when they are around like 12 or 13 years old. I start thinking that they know everything, so they don't want to listen to anybody. But once you get over that age, if you succeed, then you will have that student probably until they start college. I recently come upon one really cool book from Seth Godin, and the name of the book is The Dip, where he's kind of explaining where it's time to quit and when it's time to stick with something. So he's really talking about, you know, any hobbies that we all are doing in our life, but I would say that this is most helpful for kids because we adults are having jobs. So, you know, if you, for example, start doing piano lessons and at some point you just realize that you're not making that much progress yet, like you thought you will, because you're, you know, busy with your job. You have meetings, you have trips, you have this, that, and then you just decide to quit. But with kids, it's kind of different. So what I'm doing when I notice that kid kind of starts changing, if they were like really good in lessons before, and then all of a sudden I notice that they are not practicing that much, I usually try to talk to them because, hello, we have all been in that age, so we know how that feels. So it's you need to start talking to them like they're adults. They are not, they are still kids, but you need to let them talk. You need to let them express what they would like to do in their lessons. I start teaching my beginner kids piano. I usually start with, you know, method books, learning basic things, apps. You know, today we all have these phones and they have their iPads, and it's like a game where you are actually recognizing notes. So if you don't recognize, then, you know, there's like so many sounds, and kids are actually really enjoying it. I usually start with piano adventures, for example. And I notice when I do book one, level 2, A and B, and then I start level 3. Level 3 is always a breaking point. Like if we get over level 3, we are good. If we have problems, we will have it when we hit that level 3A. So before I start that level, I usually have conversation with my kids, and I'm like, okay, so what do you think about playing some song that you like to listen on the radio? Or what's your favorite game? They will usually tell me like, oh yeah, I really like, you know, Super Mario, or I really love this, what was the name of that? Pokemon, and I don't even know, like there's so many these games that they were not there in my time, so I'm still learning. And I try to go and find easy version of that song. That usually helps. Like I will still work my books because I have to, because there's a lot that I need to explain to them, because I'm kind of teacher to teach everything, because I want them to be able in 10-15 years when I'm not around that they sit down and play. One thing that that could be really helpful is you as teacher, you need to find some reward system that works for kid. trust me, not every kid will react the same way. One kid will want to play, Spider-Man song, for example, and other kid will be like, yeah, no, I don't like that. I would like to just go, what's in the book. Then you need to figure out what would be good reward for them. Usually, from my experience, for those kids, is not making them compete with some kids, but try to talk with them about recitals, about concerts, and be like, oh yeah, I actually got some questions about you, and everybody will just so happy to hear you playing in that recital. I'm trying to build them their self-esteem. When I was at school, my teacher didn't act that way. It was just like, you need to practice this, you need to practice this. If you don't, then I will fail you and stuff like that. And you were a kid, you're like, okay, I already have school and I have to do this. It's just a little bit too much. But now, that I am in that position to be a teacher, I'm trying to talk to them. And I can sometimes just talk about school and be like, so what's with school? How that works. And what's really good as well is when they start having their music class. And if you're a good teacher, you will make sure that they know how to read notes. I was telling this before. You can go and check my other videos. I'm always talking about read notes without writing. And they will usually tell me, oh yeah, we were in music class and we actually learned treble clef lines and spaces, and I knew everything. And they're just so proud of themselves. Start to reminding them that they can be even better, that I have been the same way, and stuff like that. Parents have really big role. Sometimes parents are pushing their kids a bit too hard, a bit too much. I had actually one student, and she was really, really young, like she was 5 or 6 years old or something like that. And her mom wanted her to play, like Beethoven and Mozart, and I was trying to explain to her, we will get there, but we need to go step by step, because I'm scared if I start putting that much pressure on that kid, she will just break, she will be done. She will not be able to do anything. And I don't want that. I'm not saying that that kid didn't have potential. She did have potential. And, I just didn't want to do that to the kids. I always want their lessons to be fun. That's my role, my tip number one for everybody. If you are not enjoying what you are doing, this is your hobby. They all have schools that they need to be there for, 8-10 hours a day. And, when they get home, if they are doing piano, I want them to have fun. I will stop right here. If you like this, please make sure to share and subscribe right here. Check these videos, and I would like to actually hear from you. And if you can tell me your experience with these kids that are about to quit, like that they're really bored in lessons. What are you actually doing? I would really love to hear that from you, from my fellow colleagues, teachers, or from parents. Please write comment down below, or just hit me on Instagram or on Facebook. I would really, really like to hear some ideas. Make sure to check my social medias, check my other videos here, and then I will see you in the next video.